Today on Economics TV, we'll be visiting Cypress High School to see if these kids know about economics, more specifically market structures. Let's get started. Currently, I'm with Ashley Vino, and Ashley will be answering a few questions for us. Do you happen to know what a monopolistic competition is?
A monopolistic competition is when companies are in an open market that sell similar products that are similar but not identical.
Exactly. So it's like Starbucks and Coffee Bean. Both sell similar products, but they're two separate stores. Okay, now on to the next question. What are some of the conditions of a monopolistic competition?
So they usually don't have high startup costs, which allows more firms, and firms can raise their prices a little bit due to the fact that they can differentiate their products.
What about an oligopoly? Do you know what that is?
So that's basically a market dominated by large profitable firms.
Oh, so it's like a cell phone service, like T-Mobile and Verizon and AT&T?
Yeah, so those are like the most known cell phone services.
Okay, thank you for your time.
And now for your commercial break.
Barbecue and foot massage. Jones barbecue and foot massage. Better come down here, get some of this shit.
Beep.
You like to eat? America loves to eat. So why not open up somewhere America can sit down, enjoy a meal, and get their feet rubbed? We'll fry anything you want for $5.99. As long as it's friable or edible, we gonna make it deliciable. We will fry parts of the chicken you didn't even know was friable.
Is that safe?
Well, Mr. Russell in economics class said that so long as they follow all these rules and regulations, it's still legal.
Wow, that's a lot of rules and regulations.
I know. And sometimes if they don't follow these, they'll get a bad grade. But they don't necessarily have to have everyone know what their grade is. It might scare away the customers.
Is that even legal?
Well, so long as it's in the public eye, for like, even if it's behind a plant or anything, it is technically legal.
Well, I hope Jones Barbecue got an A, because I could really use some good barbecue and a good foot massage.
Ew.
So next, I'll be interviewing Alan Junn, who's a senior at Cypress High School. Okay, follow me. Hey, Alan.
Oh, hey.
Can I ask you a couple questions?
Of course.
Do you know what perfect competition is?
It's like a soccer game where they're evenly matched. They have the same amount of players and the same skill levels. So it's a perfect game.
Not quite. Perfect competition is when many firms sell essentially the same product. Let me ask you this. Do you like Mexican food?
I love Mexican food.
How many Mexican restaurants are in this area?
Around a dozen.
So those are two characteristics of perfect competition, having many buyers and sellers and having identical products. Now, when you buy a taco from one of the restaurants, do you know what goes in them?
Yes, it's listed on the menu. And in some places, they have pamphlets where it shows the calorie counts and where their products are from.
Exactly, that's another characteristic, being informed on the product. Now, if you had the money and the means to do so, would you open up a restaurant?
Yes, if I had the money and some bomb recipes.
That's the final characteristic. Essentially, anyone can start up a business in that area, and if it doesn't do well, they can just shut it down.
With all the food I buy from, they'll never go out of business. Haha.
Let's hope they don't. Okay, thanks, Alan. So now we'll be interviewing a transfer student who recently came to Cypress High School. So today I'll be interviewing Megan to see if she knows what a monopoly is. Hi, Megan.
Oh, hello there, darling. I'm glad to meet you, Brown Lady.
Oh, hello. Do you mind answering some questions?
Oh, sure, as long as they're not about my pet pig, Charlie. He's off limits, no bacon jokes.
Oh, don't worry. We won't go that far.
Oh, I'm doggone relieved now.
Do you know what a monopoly is?
Oh, you mean the game? I've been 5-time winning champion for 5 long years.
No, not the game. The economic term.
A natural monopoly is a market that runs most efficiently when one large firm provides all of the output. A government monopoly is a monopoly created by the government. A monopoly forms when barriers prevent firms from entering a market that uses only one single supplier. While perfect competition uses many buyers and sellers, a monopoly uses one seller and many buyers.
Thank you for watching Economics TV, and tune in next week where we'll be visiting Jones Barbecue and Foot Massage.
A monopoly forms when barriers.
Yeah, that's the final characteristic. Essentially, anyone can start up a business in that area, and if it doesn't do well, they can just shut it down.
Forgot my line.
Oh my god!